Email is still the only digital way to directly reach your customers. We're going to bypass the algorithms and set up some email marketing campaigns using Mailchimp. I'll cover customizing your account, building a sign up form to be used on your website or social media, but a website is not required. We're going to create an email campaign, and I'm going to provide some tips along the way. Let's go. Head on over to Mailchimp.com. And for this tutorial, we're going to create a brand new account. But if you already have one, just hang in there for a minute because we'll get to things pretty quickly. So click on Login. And if you're brand new, we're going to click Create an Account, or this is where you log in. For the business email, that's going to be the email address you use to send your emails from. And it automatically pre-fills username because they recommend using that email address as also your username. Click Sign Up. And then just verify the email they sent you that you own the address you claim you do. So when you get this page asking for your credit card information, don't get worried. You can just hit cancel up here at the top, unless you want to start the actual 14-day trial. But for this tutorial, everything I show you, you won't need that. But they do want to know more about you, so go ahead and put your information. And you don't have to put in your phone number, but it's recommended. Because of anti-spam laws, you're going to have to put an address in here. Now, if you're just a person and you don't have a business address, you could always buy a P.O. box, or you can go through these alternatives that Mailchimp recommends. But you will need to have an address. And if you look on the right, that's where it's going to be at the bottom of every email you send. So it does have to be a real address. This page is just asking you how you plan on selling to your customers. This is just for them to give you some recommendations. So we're just going to skip that and hit, we're not currently selling. Then what's your top goals? Again, we'll just skip that. If you have a website that's all created already and you have specific colors you use, etc., you can go ahead and import from your website all your colors and stuff. I'm not going to do that, so I'm just going to hit skip. And then it wants to know your industry. Again, this is not very important, so I'm going to do none of these apply. How many email contacts you have? If you already have some, you go ahead and put this in there. This is they're probably going to use as a way to kind of pitch to you their upper tier pricing. I'm going to skip it. Okay, so you got your account. Now let's go ahead and verify our domain. That is our email address. What we're going to do is click your icon at the top, go to Profile, Domains, and then Start Authentication. So go ahead and click on that. As you can see, mine's Cloudflare. That's who I use for my domain. You might use somebody else like HostGator, Namecheap, Hostinger, etc. So unfortunately, it'll be different for everybody depending on what your domain is and the website provider you use, like Wix or Squarespace, right? So it's going to be different for you. Just go ahead and follow through the motions. It's self-explanatory. Hopefully, it's not too difficult based on your domain, though. Now that you have your domain all verified and you have this authentication in progress, we're going to go ahead and set our default name and email that our emails will come from that the audience views and can see. So in order to do that, you go to Audience, Settings, and then verify this is correct and this is what you want. So if you want to change your name, you can change this. So if you want me more personal, you can have this as Jason. Let's go, guys. That should do it for the settings. Now we have to worry about our audience, right? The people we're going to email to. If you already have some, that's great. If not, I'm going to walk you through how to create your form in just a little bit. But before I do, I want to walk you through the 3 options you have if you already do have some contacts. So in order to do that, you go over here to Audience Dashboard, and you click Add Your Contacts. So if you already have all your contacts in a third party, you can import it using a connection. You can upload them if you have a file, or you can copy and paste them. Those are the 3 options if you already have some contacts. But let's say you don't have any contacts at all and you want to create a registration form. So let's go through that next. Mailchimp makes it really easy. They have some sign-up forms right here underneath that Audience tab. And now we're going to click Get Started. And now you have, again, 3 options. You can create an embedded form if you have a website. You create a pop-up form if you have a website. Or if you don't have a website, you can click this sign-up landing page. And this creates a web page that they give you a link to. So you can put that link in your social media, like your Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, wherever. you can put that link in there and people can go to your sign up page and create an account that way. It doesn't matter if you choose the pop-up form, the embedded form, or the landing page. They're both all three of them are pretty much the same. So I'm gonna go with sign up for a landing page. And this is just an internal name to you. So we're gonna do as if we're using this for Facebook. So they present you a list of some possible options you can use for templates. For ease of the tutorial, I'm just gonna click the bare basic ones. And this is the form. It's really easy. So if you want your logo up here, you can change it. And you can also change the size, real nice and easy. Your headline, you just click on that and you can change it. And then here's the more information about it. So now down at the block, you could add multiple things like first name, last name. A very important marketing tip that I have with experience with, the more you add, the less likely people are going to fill it out. So if you really can get away with it, just go with email address. But with this, you can change colors. You can do a lot of different things. It's all WYSIWYG. What you see is what you get. It's drag and drop, stuff like that. You can even change the styles, different colors, background. It's really neat and really cool. And I'm so glad we finally get to this point of technology where it's that easy for everybody. So whenever you're ready, just click Save and Close. Now, because this is our landing page, that it's a website essentially, here's the URL for it. We just take that URL and put it into whatever post we want to on Facebook or whatever. I called mine Facebook because that's where I was planning on putting it, right? If you want to do it on social networking, you can do a preview of it, how it look based on Facebook, etc. So if you also want to tag people when they sign up using this form that I said I'm going to put on Facebook, you could get edit audience and create a tag and call it Facebook contacts. And there you go. So every time somebody goes to this URL, fills in the form, they'll get tagged as Facebook, telling you that they came from Facebook, and you know how many people have signed up using your Facebook link. Whenever you're all set, you click publish. And that's it. That's how you do it via a landing page, but I also want to show you how to do it if you have a website. So let's click Get Started again. And we're going to go with the pop-up form. These two are pretty similar. Both of them will require you to copy and paste some HTML code into your website. So we're going to go with the pop-up form one. We'll just call this one website pop-up. And they make it real nice and easy for you. They have a connect to the site. And this is where they tell you how to do it. So if you do have a website, you go put the information in here, and then they tell you where to put it. And they have integrations depending on what web domain host you have. So here's what it looks by mobile. And here is the email sign up. So here's the banner that pops up when they go to your website. And if you want to know, when does this pop up, you click settings. And you could do it after 5 seconds, when they scroll to the middle of the page, etc. I'm going to do it after 5 seconds. And if they come back to your website, it won't show again for 5 days after the first time. And there's some more settings if you want to use them as well. Now this is called a modal. It's not really a pop-up, so you don't have to worry about pop-up blockers blocking this. Okay. But once they click subscribe, here's the email sign up. And obviously it's required. You can put a description in there. You don't really need one though for email. It's self-explanatory. And success, this is what it says once they actually sign up. Now, if you want to SMS, which is text message, you have to upgrade to that. So in the description and the pinned comment, I'm going to put some videos that will show you how to do it for the top host providers like Squarespace, Wix, and WordPress, where they put that code in the header of your website. But that's it. It's real simple and easy. So after you created your forms and you're getting people sign up and you want to view who all these people are, you go to audience and go to all contacts, and they'll all be listed here. If you want to add someone, there's actually, I guess, another one where you could add a single subscriber. and you just type their information here. Address isn't required. Email address is. That's the only one that's required. But that's another option to add a person. And remember those tags I was talking about? You could go to manage audience, and there's tags. There's also groups if you want to group people in different types. We got plenty of people we want to email. They sign up using our form, or we've uploaded them or added them, whatever. However, now it's time to create an email campaign. Over here on the left, click campaigns, and then create. There's 3 different kinds. We're going to do it based on regular email. Okay, I have 3 options here. You can do it from scratch, basic layout, and fully designed templates. All the templates that I found require you to pay or have that free trial. So I don't have that with this account, but I'll show you what they look like real quick. They're all basically sales oriented. And just like the forms, you can click on any one of these words and change them, change the colors, change the button layout, etc. But since I don't have the paid account, I'm going to do basic layouts. As you see, these are all free. So go with natural. And just like the other ones, like everything else, you drag and drop. So this is where our logo would be. Change our logo. Have an image. And change this to whatever we want. So this is the headline. That sounds boring for a tutorial, right? So sale, sale, sale. And then you can click on these. This is how you change over on the left for your Instagram, your Twitter, X, Facebook, etc. And then down here where it has these weird words and stuff, those are pre-filled in based on your settings. And remember I said your address is public. Here's where your address will be shown. You have your unsubscribe. The Mailchimp logo stays unless you pay. You can remove that watermark. Right here it says show badge. You remove that, and that's how you can get rid of it. But that's it. That's how you create a email template. Once you have the design done, you're going to want to modify the who this is coming from, what email address, subject line, preview text, stuff like that. So we're going to hit save and exit. And this is where you change who you're sending it to. Subject line. This is how you're going to get somebody to actually open up your email. It's very important. So they have some cool tips for you. If you're somebody who's very, you like to use emojis, it's okay to use a ton of emojis if that's your personality and that's what people know about you. I'm thinking someone who's very festive around Christmas, you could have tons of emojis for Christmas and your audience will like you because that's your personality. So these are just recommendations. For most people though, these are recommendations that you should follow. Okay, so what's this preview text? Preview text is the text that you see in the subject line, next to the subject line of your email. And I'll give you a screenshot in just a second what that looks like. So here's what it looks like. Amelia, that'll be like your name if you're a business, right? Our fall sales here, that's the subject line, and this less bolded words, these are the preview text. Go ahead and save. In the free plan, you have to send it now. You can schedule it if you pay. But I'm going to do send now because that's the free one. That's what we have. It doesn't actually send right now, so you don't have to worry about that. And you could add all your other stuff here. You could add some more tracking, as I mentioned. These are like Meta and Google. Those are more advanced type stuff. But again, what you want to do is preview it, and we want to send a test email. And you can send to multiple people based on comments. So it'll be like person 1, comma, person 2. You can also have instructions, send these other people. and who could get notified if there's comments. And then you hit send text. You want to do that to make sure everything looks good, and once everything's good, you hit send. If you want to save it for later, you click finish later. One last thing I want to point out is the new SMS feature they have. This is a paid feature, so you have to have their upgraded accounts. But with their SMS, it's very similar to their emails. You can do SMS campaigns. You could create sign-up forms and collect people's phone numbers. You can use it based on your analytics. It's all very similar to the email. It's just now with a phone number. There's also their automations where you can do customer journeys where, depending on what somebody does, something happens. So if you have a Shopify account or a WooCommerce account and somebody adds stuff to their carts, but they don't actually buy anything, you could email them or text them. And there's all these different pre-built journeys you can use to engage with your customers based on what action the customer has done, or even inaction, I guess you can say. On their website ones, they could help you build a website. It looks like they use Wix to do that. Content is what I showed you earlier, where it's set up your brand based on your website, so your colors, your logo, your typeface, etc. And integrations, that's all the different kind of integrations they have, like Canva, which is really cool, right? Everybody loves Canva. And all these other ones you could connect with Mailchimp. This way, it's more seamless. All your communications and everything just works well together. So I'm so glad we are this far in modern technology where things work a lot easier and seamless, where in the past, even 5 or so years ago, things were janky and you had to patchwork it all together. It's so great how far we've come. After you sent your first campaign and people start opening them up, every campaign you create, whether it's just a landing page or an email, they all show up in your campaigns area. That's under campaigns, all campaigns. And for the landing page, I could see the analytics right here. It doesn't show it for emails, but if you do want to get into the analytics of things, you click analytics. Here's the marketing data that they'll show you, how many sends you have, and your performance of that over this time frame. So this is a month, last 30 days. And this is the type of stuff you can use to gauge how well you're doing. You could add money to this to verify how much money you're making off of it. There's a lot you can get into. There's also some reports, and it's based on, again, the same thing. You have your landing pages, you have your campaigns, how many visits, views, subscribes, etc. Now that you have your Mailchimp expertise and your black belt, this video provides marketing strategies with examples from brands that are just absolutely rocking it. So I highly recommend you guys check it out, and good luck.